Hi, welcome back to my channel. My name is Emily. If you're new here, if you are returning, then it's so nice to have you back. Thank you for being here. Today we're going to hop on into another flow. It's going to follow kind of the theme of last week. So we're going to work on a lot of movement control and trying to move a little bit more slowly. And once again, not to be confused with easier, because it's definitely not easier. But yeah, so if you're up for a challenge, if you want to gain that body awareness, movement control, then this is the good class for you. Right, we're going to get started in child's pose. And yes, if you're not already subscribed, please do so, or at least after the video, it would mean a lot to me. All right, so child's pose is where we're going to begin. So let's bring the knees wide apart, big toes can touch, and you can just bring your forehead down to the mat. And let's start to immediately connect to the breath. So closing your eyes, allowing anything that happened today to melt away, taking a moment to ground yourself here in the present, noticing the space that you have around you, different sounds, different smells, feeling the temperature of the air, the texture of your clothes against your skin, and the contact between your body and the mat. Let's take about 5 more breaths here, with each breath becoming more and more self-aware, feeling more and more present. And maybe setting an intention for your practice today. Maybe that intention is to just be present, to be connected to yourself, to give yourself just a little bit of time where you're only caring about you, nothing else. Let's take one more breath here. And then let's slowly make our way up to tabletop. And in tabletop, we can start to move in any way that feels good, just loosening up the body a little bit. And let's move in a few rounds of cat and cow at your own pace. So breathing in to open up the front body. And breathing out to round your spine, pushing the mat away. And 2 to 3 more rounds here to your own rhythm of breath. On your next inhale, let's come back to a neutral spine. The right arm reaches up to the sky. Exhale, thread the needle without dropping the right shoulder down. Inhale to open. Exhale to thread. One more, breathe in. Exhale to thread. And then inhale, right arm reaches up to the sky and kick your right leg back. And on your next inhale, we're going to side bend over the right leg. And then exhale, cartwheel both hands down to the mat. Let's lift the left knee off the floor, come into wild thing. 2 more breaths. Exhale, high plank. Come all the way down to the mat slowly. Baby Cobra, untuck the toes. Inhale for 3. Exhale, lower. 2. And 1. And let's press back to child's pose. And then inhale back to tabletop. 3 rounds of cat and cow. Open up the heart, breathe in. Exhale to round the spine. 2 more. Last one. On your next inhale, let's come back to a neutral spine. Left arm reaches up, inhale. Exhale, thread the needle for 3. Reach. Inhale, open. 2. And 1. Inhale, left arm reaches up, kick your left leg back and hold. And then we're going to drop the left foot, right hand lifts off the mat. Let's side bend over the left leg. Here, really think of lengthening the right side instead of trying to side bend too much to the left. On your next exhale, let's cartwheel both hands down to the mat. Lift the right knee, come into wild thing. On your next exhale, high plank. Inhale here. Exhale, lower all the way down to the floor. Baby Cobra, untuck the toes for 3. Exhale, lower. Inhale for 2. And 1. Pause here. Let's cactus the arms. Inhale, reach the fingertips forward. Exhale, cactus the arms back for 3. 2. And 1. Bring your hands underneath your shoulders, tuck the toes, high plank, inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog. And you can walk your dog out here, bending, straightening the legs, whatever movement feels good. On your next inhale, right leg rises. Exhale, bend your right knee, open up the hip. Inhale here, exhale, slow motion, right knee to right elbow. Let's pause. Try to lift your right knee up as high as you can. And then let's step the right foot on the outside of the right hand. Now you can come onto your fingertips, keeping the chest open. Let's move around, shifting the hips back and forth, side to side. Making sure you keep protecting your hips by squeezing the glutes. Now coming into stillness, right foot, let's heel toe it all the way over to the left. Drop your right knee down. Keep your left leg lifted for pigeon pose, but nice and up high. And then we're going to either bring the hands to the hips or maybe reach them up. So really strong legs here, strong core, strong glutes to protect the lower back. Let's hold for 3. 2. And 1. Exhale, plant the hands, 3-legged dog. And let's come into 3-legged plank, inhale. Exhale, your chaturanga, maybe 3-legged chaturanga, or you can drop the right foot. All the way back to downward facing dog. 3 breaths here. Next inhale, left leg rises. Exhale, bend your left knee, open up the hip. Breathe in, breathe out, left knee to left elbow or shoulder, and pause. And then let's step that left foot beside the left hand. Open up the chest, let's move around, finding a little bit more opening in the left hip. And from here, keeping that left knee bent, let's heel toe the left foot all the way over to the right wrist. Drop your left knee, keep the right leg nice and high. Let's reach the arms up and hold for 5, 4, One more breath here. Exhale, both hands come down on the mat. Three-legged dog, send your left leg back. Three-legged plank, inhale. Exhale, chaturanga. Through upward facing dog or cobra, and then all the way back to down dog. Inhale, let's come high up onto the toes. Exhale, bend the knees, step or float your feet to the outsides of your hands. Active squat. And let's hold for 5. Two more breaths. Head on your exhale, let's stand up tall, hands together and feet together. Inhale, high mountain. Exhale to fold. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, optional, chaturanga, vinyasa, all the way back to downward facing dog. All right, we're going to hold all these poses now, and then we're going to flow through them, but really slow. So next inhale, right leg rises. Exhale, bend your right knee, open up the hip. Let's flip into wild thing. Let's hold. Two more breaths here. Keep reaching through the right fingertips. On your next exhale, right hand comes back down on the mat, three-legged dog. Right foot steps on the outside of your right hand. Inhale to open up the heart. Exhale, pyramid pose. So don't move your right foot. You can just keep it on the outside of your right hand. Make sure your hips are not opening. So keep pulling your right hip back and moving your left hip forward. And you can stay in a halfway lift position, or you can come a little bit lower down, depending on what feels good. Right foot can stay flat, or you can flex. For me, flex feels better, but it might not be the case for you. All right, deep breath in, halfway lift if you're not already there. Exhale, Skandasana on the right leg. Bend the right knee, come into a side lunge, flex the left toes. Hands can stay at the heart space, or you can bring them down on the floor. Two more breaths. On your next exhale, let's sit down. Bring your right knee in. So we're rolling out that right calf muscle. The right heel is just beside the right hip. Sole of the left foot is pointing upwards. Let's flex the left toes. Left hand can kind of hold you so you don't fall over to the left. Breathe in, breathe out, fold forward and hold. And it's a lot of compression, so squeezing the navel in, trying to glue the stomach to the thigh. And then trying to keep your weight as equal between both sides as possible. It's naturally going to lean to the left, but try to keep it in the right side as much as you can. On your next inhale, let's straighten the spine. Lift your right knee, plant the right foot, come back to Skandasana with or without the help of your hands, and then warrior 2 to the back of your mat. All right? So left knee is bent, right leg is straight. And let's hold. On your next inhale, reverse your warrior and hold. And then on your next exhale, let's cartwheel the hands all the way down to the mat. Side plank on the right hand. Inhale. Maybe the left leg stays in the air and hold. On your next exhale, the left hand comes down, but the left foot stays in the air. Bring your left knee to your right elbow. And then let's extend the left leg out for fallen star. Right arm reaches up to the sky. And maybe right arm reaches over your right ear if you want more of a stretch. On your next exhale, right hand comes back down. Three-legged dog, inhale. Exhale, three-legged plank, maybe three-legged chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. 3 breaths here, and then we're going to repeat on the left side. On your next inhale, left leg rises. Exhale, bend the left knee, open up the hip, maybe flip, wild thing, and hold. And next exhale, left hand comes back down on the mat, three-legged dog, breathe in. Left foot steps on the outside of the left hand, try to move slow. Inhale to open up the chest, exhale, pyramid pose, and hold, maybe flexing the left toes. And try to keep everything long in the body. So the spine is long, the legs are long, nothing is kind of crunching or losing space. On your next exhale, let's bend the left knee, Skandasana, side lunge on the left leg. And now on your exhale, let's sit down. Bring your left knee in. Roll out the left calf muscle. Left heel is just beside the left hip. Inhale to lengthen your spine. Exhale to fold forward. On your next inhale, let's straighten the spine, lift the left knee, plant your left foot, and come back to Skandasana. Inhale and exhale, warrior two, facing the front of your mat again. Right knee is bent, left leg is straight. Next inhale, reverse your warrior, hold. And then on your exhale, let's cartwheel the hands all the way down, side plank on the left hand. Maybe the right leg stays in the air for 5. And now right hand comes down on the mat, right knee crosses to left elbow, kick your right leg out, fallen star, and hold. And next exhale, left hand comes down on the mat, three-legged dog, breathe in. Maybe three-legged chaturanga, coming through three-legged plank. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. All right, on your next inhale, let's come high up onto the toes. Exhale, bend the knees, look forward, step or float your feet to the outsides of your hands. Malasana. All right, hands to the heart space. Inhale here. Exhale, let's bring the fingertips down to the mat. Lift your hips. Maybe come into crow pose. And let's hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, maybe jump back on 1. Your vinyasa. All the way back to downward facing dog. Now 1 breath, 1 movement, but moving through honey slowly. Inhale, right leg rises. Exhale, bend the right knee, open up the hips, slowly come into wild thing. And on your next exhale, right hand comes back down on the mat.
Three-legged dog. Make the transitions really slow. Right knee to right elbow. Let's step the right foot on the outside of the right hand. Inhale to open up the chest. Exhale, pyramid. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, Skandasana, side lunge. Inhale to lengthen your spine. Exhale to sit down, turn your right knee in, roll out the right calf. Breathe in, lengthen your spine. Breathe out to fold. One full breath. Inhale to rise up, lift the right knee, push into the right foot, come back to Skandasana, and then inhale and exhale, warrior two. Reverse warrior, breathe in. Exhale, cartwheel the hands down. Side plank on the right hand, inhale. Exhale, left hand comes back down, left knee to right elbow, fallen star. Kick your left leg out, right arm reaches up. Exhale, right hand comes back down on the mat, three-legged dog. Maybe three-legged chaturanga as you breathe out. And all the way back to downward facing dog. All right, we're gonna do that the other side. I'm just gonna turn around so you see the other side for once. Inhale, left leg rises. Exhale, bend your left knee, open up the hip. Wild thing, slowly. And left hand comes back down on the mat. Three-legged dog, inhale. Exhale, left foot steps on the outside of the left hand. Inhale to open up the chest. Exhale, pyramid. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, Skandasana. Inhale here, exhale, sit down, turn your left knee in, roll out the left calf. Inhale, straighten your spine. Exhale to fold. One full breath. Inhale to rise back up. Lift your left knee, Skandasana, with or without the help of the hands. Inhale and exhale, warrior two. Reverse warrior, breathe in. Exhale, cartwheel the hands all the way down. Side plank on the left hand, inhale. Exhale, right hand comes back down on the mat. Right knee to left elbow. Kick your right leg out. Left arm reaches up, fallen star. Exhale, left hand comes back down on the mat. Three-legged dog. Send your right leg back. And then maybe three-legged chaturanga. Good. Feet are hip-width distance apart. Let's take a deep breath in and downward facing dog. Exhale through the mouth. You can walk your hands all the way back to your feet. Peace fingers wrap around the big toes. Let's take a deep breath in, halfway lift. Exhale, bend your elbows out to the sides. Relax your head, relax your shoulders. Let's fold for about 5 to 7 breaths. And here, make sure you're not pulling your shoulders up to your ears. Shoulders are staying in their sockets. And keep tilting your pelvis up towards the ceiling. Sit bones try to touch the sky. 2 more breaths. And maybe give your head a little bit of a shake, yes and no. The chest a little bit of a pulse, whatever feels good. And then we're going to release the feet, take a halfway lift, walk your hands either directly to downward facing dog or to a high plank, maybe adding another vinyasa, which is always optional. You don't have to add them. All right, now really challenging body movement right now. Inhale, the right leg rises. Exhale, bend the right knee, open up the hip, come into wild thing. Now, without bringing your right hand down on the mat, look towards the top of your mat. See if you can bring your right knee into your chest. And as slowly as possible, using your whole body to compensate, let's step the right foot to the top of the mat. Inhale, crescent lunge. Exhale, airplane pose. And hold. And from here, slowly release. Left hand comes back down on the mat. Peace fingers of the right hand grab the right big toe. Let's come into side plank. Maybe holding onto the right leg and hold. And then releasing that right foot, right hand comes back down on the mat. Right knee to left elbow. Fallen star. Left arm reaches up. And then let's sit down. Both toes point up. Slowly lower yourself to the floor. Let's lean back, boat pose. Bend your knees, peace fingers wrap around your big toes. Let's straighten the legs. If that's okay, you can always stay here with the knees bent. Keep pulling your shoulder blades together, lifting the chest. And then maybe opening up the legs and holding here. On your next inhale, come back through center. Let go of the feet, stay in boat for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's separate the legs, sit down. Right hand comes behind your right hip. Lift back into fallen star. Left hand comes back down on the mat. Three-legged dog. Your optional three-legged chaturanga. A deep breath in and out here. Last time on the left side. Left leg rises, inhale. Exhale, bend your left knee, open up the hip. Let's come into wild thing. Now keeping your left arm in the air if possible. Let's lean the weight into the right hand. Glue your left knee into your chest. Slowly step your left foot to the top of the mat. Inhale, crescent lunge. That should have taken all your energy. Exhale, airplane pose. And here you want to open the front body. On your next exhale, slowly step your right foot as far back as you can. Right hand plants down, left peace fingers hold on to the left big toes. Come on the outer blade of your right foot, and then maybe side plank with the bind. Let's release. Left hand comes back down on the mat. Fallen star, left knee to right elbow. Right arm reaches up to the sky. Turn your toes up. Let's slowly sit down. And this time we're not taking low boat. We're just going to either have the arms out above the head or hands crossed in front of your chest. We're going to fold forward actively. So keep your legs engaged, toes flexed. Choose your arm position. Deep breath in here. Exhale, fold forward as far as you can, as long as you feel supported. And come up for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold. 5, 4, strong legs. 3, 2, 1, and then bring your hands down on the mat. You can relax your hands or your forehead on your hands or wherever feels comfortable. Relax here. And so legs are still engaged, toes are still flexed. Two more breaths. And let's slowly, with the help of the hands, make your way up. You can bring your legs a little bit closer together. Left hand comes behind you for fallen star. Inhale. Exhale, right hand comes back down on the mat. Three-legged dog. And then your last chaturanga. And we're officially going to start to wind down. And you can lift your right leg up high. Right knee to right elbow, this time for pigeon pose. Drop your right knee down on the mat. Slide the left leg back. Let's take a deep breath in, lengthen the spine, and then exhale. You can come all the way down. Maybe hands rest on your I always say hands, but I mean forehead. Maybe forehead rests on your hands or on the mat. Wherever you feel comfortable, making sure you're in a position where your shoulders, your neck are completely relaxed. So the upper body should be soft. Keep breathing into your lower belly, massaging that whole area around the hips. 5 more breaths. And on your next inhale, you can slowly rise up. And now since we've worked on our back bends quite a lot today, let's maybe bend that left knee. You can work here. This is really good for building strength in the hamstrings, in the lower back. Maybe you want to bring your hands to your chest if you cramp, come out. Or maybe you want to take mermaid, holding on to the inside of your left foot, either with your hand, either bringing the foot in your elbow. You can also use a strap. Or if you feel super, super juicy in the spine and you want to go deeper, you can go for king pigeon, which is grabbing the outside of your left foot with your hand like that. And then we're just going to turn the elbow up, okay? And then maybe if you can lift the right hand, then it also reaches for the foot, and then maybe bringing your head into your foot. Deeper is not always better. So just take the variation that feels the nicest for you today, or depending on what goals you're trying to achieve. So we don't strengthen our hamstrings enough usually, so maybe you just want to do that today, and that's fine. All right. Now let's slowly release without slingshotting, so you're using your strength. Release the left toes down on the mat, tuck the toes. Let's come back to three-legged dog. And then exhale, downward facing dog, and just take a moment to observe if there's any difference between the sides. And on your next inhale, left leg rises. Left knee to left elbow. For pigeon pose, slowly make your way there, sliding the right leg back, lifting through the crown of the head, lengthening the spine, and then coming all the way down to the mat. You can slowly lift out of pigeon pose, and then we're going to once again take a little bit of a back bend or just bend the right knee. Remember, building blocks in yoga are super, super, super important. So if you are missing the strength or something, then don't try to go into the end goal pose or whatever that is for you. Step by step is the way to go. We want to build a strong foundation so that our end goal, or I don't like using that term because there is no end goal, but whatever we're trying to achieve, we want to be stable and strong in that shape. We don't want to just yank ourselves there and lose the integrity of the shape. And once you are ready, let's slowly release the right leg, tuck the toes, slowly make your way back to three-legged dog. And then exhale, downward facing dog. The last downward facing dog of today's practice. And then you can step, walk, or jump into a seat. And we're going to come all the way down to the mat, one vertebra at a time. And once you're there, you can bring your knees into your chest. Maybe grab opposite hand to opposite wrist or opposite hand to opposite elbow. Maybe stay still or rock side to side. And then from here, you can either take a very chill inversion, just having your legs extended up over your hips, or you can go into shoulder stand, or if you have any other inversion that's in your practice that you're working on, maybe headstand or handstand, even whatever you want to do. This is your time, this is your space, so go for that. Sometimes it's nice to stay comfortable. So if you're going into shoulder stand, let's lift the hips and bring the hands on the lower back. And let's hold. You can maybe challenge yourself to close the eyes only if you feel comfortable. Whenever you're ready, slowly and with control, let's come all the way back down to the back. Keeping the knees into your chest, let's end with a twist, bringing both knees to the right, left arm to the left. So if you're in another inversion, just take your time to come out of it, no rush. You don't want to get hurt. And slowly come back through center, and then bring both knees to the left, looking over your right shoulder. On your next inhale, let's come back through center. And giving yourself a big tight squeeze, maybe lifting the forehead to the knees. Deep breath in, hold the breath and squeeze as hard as you can. And then exhale, let it all go. Come into your final Shavasana. Extending your arms out alongside you, extending your legs. Feet are relaxed, hands are relaxed and soft. Muscles in the face are also relaxed. The whole body, in fact, is relaxed. And with each exhale that you take, allow yourself to let go a little more. Let's take a deep breath in through the nose. Hold the breath. And exhale through the mouth. And one more inhale. Hold. And release. And enjoy these last few moments of the practice. All the after effects of the practice. And just imagine yourself sitting back on a chair or on the lawn or any comfortable seat that you can think of and looking at the sky and watching clouds pass by. And you can imagine that those clouds are all the thoughts and all the sensations that you feel. And just noticing that you are always that person in the chair. You are always that person sitting and observing. You are never the clouds. You are never your thoughts. You just observe, and you do not have to attach to any of them. You do not have to judge or push them away. They will drift away naturally. And just something to think about. Please take as long as you need here in Shavasana. This is your time. If you have the time to stay here longer, please do. I just want to thank you once again for practicing with me. It is such a pleasure to show up here on YouTube every week. So thank you so much for being here. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed the class. I hope you have a wonderful day. It looks like winter's finally over, so I'm really happy. We got to look at the positives. I know there's a lot of negative stuff going on, but I hope that taking time for yourself, maybe in the form of yoga today, was something positive that you could do to fuel your energy and to fill your cup so that you're then able to give from a full cup and not an empty one. All right, I'm going to stop talking. I hope you have a wonderful day. Thank you so much. Namaste.